Yesterday's JossGawin's second Destin event. Let's just say fans weren't ready for what happened, a birthday gift, a question no one dared to ask before, and two people who couldn't hide their real feelings anymore. When Joss started talking about the present he gave Gawin, the crowd was already swooning, but when the MC asked the question, "Are you two dating now?" their reaction, let's just say it said more than words ever could. It started off sweet, innocent even. Joss, standing beside Gawin, was asked about the birthday gift he gave. He smiled and shared softly, "I couldn't decide between a necklace or a bracelet, but in the end I chose the bracelet because I want to see him wearing it, especially when he plays guitar. I think it'll look really good on him." The fans gasped, not just because it was expensive, but because of the intent behind it. It wasn't about just giving a gift. It was about giving something meaningful, something he wants to see on Gawin again and again. Some even believe it's not just a bracelet, it's a silent confession. Then came the moment that had the entire crowd holding their breath. The MC smiled slyly and asked, "So after spending 200,000 baht on this bracelet, are you two dating now?" Gawin turned his head, tried to cover his smile. Joss blinked fast, looked away, and bit his lip. They weren't ready for that question, but maybe they were. No one said double quotes no. No one even tried to joke it off. It was just two guys standing on stage caught in a moment they didn't expect, but maybe secretly wanted. Instead of answering, they both did something that told fans everything. They blushed. Joss looked down and smiled like a high school boy who just got caught liking someone. Gawin's ears turned red, and he laughed nervously. They made eye contact for just a second and looked away instantly. And that was enough. One fan tweeted, "Gawin touched a bracelet right after that question. That's his answer." Another one wrote, "They didn't deny it. They couldn't. Look at how shy they got." And honestly, the fans were right, because sometimes silence is louder than 1,000 words. After that bombshell question from the MC, Gawin didn't speak, but he did something that eagle-eyed fans noticed right away. He reached for his wrist and touched a bracelet Joss gave him, gently, like it meant more than words, and then he smiled. Not just any smile. That kind of soft smile you give when someone who means a lot to you does something special. A moment so quick, you'd miss it if you blink, but fans, they never blink. That wasn't a thank you for the gift moment, that was a "this means everything to me" moment, said one fan on Twitter. Right after Gawin touched a bracelet, Joss looked at him, and it wasn't just a glance. It was that look. The kind that says, "I saw that, and I'm glad you love it." It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud, but it was real. You could tell Joss wasn't just happy that Gawin liked the gift. He was happy because Gawin knew exactly what it meant. And for a split second, everyone in the room felt like they weren't watching an event anymore. They were watching something unfold, something personal. Social media exploded after the event. Fan cams, zoom-ins, slow-mos, everyone analyzing the same things. Gawin's smile when the MC asked the question, Joss's face turning red, the bracelet moment, their shy, knowing glances. The way they react to each other, it's like they forgot they were on stage. They didn't even need to say anything. Their body language screamed yes. That wasn't just a gift. It was a statement. And just like that, the JossGawin Nation had all the fuel they needed. After the official stage part ended, Some fans cut quick clips of Joss and Goen talking privately backstage, not mic'd, not performing, just the two of them whispering, smiling, and standing too close for just friends. One fan said, Joss gently fixed something on Goen's jacket. It was quick, but soft, like muscle memory. Another spotted them leaving the stage together, not side by side, but with Joss gently placing his hand behind Goen's back, guiding him. To fans, that wasn't acting, that was instinct. Later that night, Goen posted a simple IG story. A picture of his hand on the guitar, with the bracelet clearly showing. No caption, no emojis, but he chose that angle. He chose that shot. He wanted people to see it. And guess who reposted it just hours later? Joss, with just a heart emoji. Let that sink in. That's not teasing. That's marking territory softly. In a post-event mini-interview, they were once again asked about the gift. Goen smiled and said, "It was very thoughtful and he knows what I like." Joss said it suits him perfectly. "I knew it would." They still didn't answer the "Are you dating?" question. They didn't need to. Fans aren't just watching them anymore. They're reading between the lines, because at this point, every moment, every smile, feels like a quiet confirmation. They're not hiding, they're just not announcing. And maybe that's even more romantic. At this point, fans have gone beyond shipping. They're not just hoping Joss and Goen are real, they're starting to believe they already are, because let's break it down. A 200,000 baud braceleta shy, blushing silence separate backstage closeness, the guitar story post Joss reposting it with a heart. None of this feels fan service anymore. It feels intimate, consistent, real. And while the boys haven't said anything officially, their actions are becoming louder than any statement. They're showing us everything. We just have to know how to see it. Once upon a time, they were just two leads in a BL series. But now, Joss is gifting Goen meaningful things that he wants to see on him. Goen is proudly wearing them in public, in photos, even while performing. They're teasing each other on stage but smiling like there's something more behind it. And fans, they're not just reacting anymore. They're invested. Because this feels like a slow burn romance that's slipping into reality. And no labels, no loud announcements, just looks, blushes, actions, and maybe that's exactly how they want it. Private, precious, but still shared with the ones who notice. Whether it's a gift, a question, or just the way they look at each other on things. For sure, Joss and Goen's chemistry is undeniable, and fans, they're already calling this the softest couple revealment of the year. They blushed, they smiled, they didn't deny. What do you think? Are they dating for real?